Hello everyone, it's Rebecca from Chloe's Creative Cards, and today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely wintry Christmas card. So to get started, I've taken a 7x7 inch card blank, and then I have taken a piece of white card and I've just trimmed that down to 6 3/4 inches. We're going to stick this onto the card using some foam pads. So I'll just grab some of those and just apply those to the back. Like so. And I'm just going to peel the backings off those. And then we'll stick that onto our card. Okay, now you might think, why have I done that? Because it looks very white on white. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a sheet of paper on next. And then we're going to glitter around the edge. So I've taken this foil design and I'm just going to stick this on using some Collal all-purpose glue. Like so. There we go. And then I'm going to take my Art Glitter Dries clear glue, and where that white edge is, I'm just going to carefully drag the glue along there, just to create a little edge of glue. Like so, I'm going to do that around all 4 sides. Just working my way along. Go, and I'm just going to bring in some scrap paper, and then I'm going to cover that in Sleigh bells, Sparkelicious. I'm just going to run that along the edges, like so. And you can see it just gives that super sparkly silvery edge. Pop this back into the pot. Okay. Then I have got a piece of silver mirror card. So I'm going to stick that on using some foam pads. Again, if you don't want this much dimension on your card, you can always stick any of these layers flat. Obviously if you're posting and things, I know it can be quite costly with a lot of foam pads on. But obviously you can just tailor it to what you want to create. We quite like a lot of dimension in here, and I always kind of hand deliver my cards in a box, so I'm not too worried about what depth they are and things. So I'm going to stick that onto there, like so. And then I've got a piece of white card and I've stuck a double-sided adhesive sheet on the top. So I'm going to stick that on there as well, and with some foam pads actually, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. I'll just pop that on again. Peel those backs off, like so. Stick that onto there. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that to one side for now, and then I'm going to bring in our snowflake on the edge die, and I'm just going to cut that from some silver mirror card. I haven't got the outer edges, I've just got the single piece, the kind of the main part of it. So I'm just going to stick that down with some low tack tape onto there. I'm going to run that through my Gemini. So I've got my clear cut-in plate, I've got my plastic shim, I'm going to use my metal shim with it being really intricate. I'm going to turn that over and put my clear plate on the top. and run that through the machine. You can see we've got that lovely design. I'm just going to run it through one more time just to make sure that those pieces fall out nice and easily, just with it being extra intricate. There we go, and you can see that they're just going to easily fall out now. Move that from there. Porky tool just to release that. There we go, and you can see we've got that beautiful snowflake design. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the card back in and I'm going to peel off that backing. Now I'm just trying to kind of poke at the edge just to pull that backing off there. And I'm going to stick that snowflake to the side. I'm going to press that down and I'm going to use the backing I've just peeled off to kind of make sure that that's really stuck to that adhesive sheet. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to take my glitter in Apres Ski, Sparkelicious, and I'm just going to sprinkle that over. I'm just going to sprinkle half and then sprinkle on there. And then I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to rub over, just to make sure that that's all nicely stuck into place, like so. And tap that off. And then I'm going to get my glitter in Sleigh bells and I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top. So any areas that hasn't stuck with the Apres skein, it just gives it that little bit of silvery into the background as well. A little bit of silver on top of that white, and just think it looks really pretty. Again, just going to kind of dust over just lightly with my finger just to get rid of any pieces that haven't stuck. So, and pop that back into the jar. Okay. Then I'm just going to go in and add some glue just to some of the areas, so kind of some of the little loops on the snowflakes. Just going to add a little blob of Dries clear glue. Can't remember where I put it on the original one. And just kind of onto the edge of here. You can add it wherever you kind of see best fit, or you don't have to add any at all. It's fine. Like so. Just going to add a couple of little dots down here as well. There we go, and then again I'm going to go back in with that Sleigh Bells Sparkelicious and just sprinkle that over. And it just gives an extra little sparkle to those snowflakes. Okay, then I'm going to add a sparkler to the centre of each of these. So I'm going to take 2 of the smaller ones and 1 of the 12mm ones. So there's the 12mm ones, and then 2 of the 10mm ones. I'm just going to use some glue gel just to affix those to the card. So just a little blob on the back and add those to the centre of the snowflakes. Like so. And then I'm going to add a pearl to the centre of the smaller ones. So I've got our Everyday Essential Bling box. I'm just going to use the medium size white pearl. So just get a couple of those out and pop those into the centre, like so. Okay, then we're going to do our sentiments. So I'm going to bring in some white card, just plain white card. I'm going to dust over that with an anti-static bag. And then we've got our sentiment that says, wishing you a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year. I'm going to ink that up using our Wow Clear Embossing ink pad. I've got a little gem stuck on the stamp there. Just get that off. There we go. I'm just going to ink that up. And stamp that into the centre. Just going to grab my scrap paper again and I'm going to emboss that using polished silver wow powder. So just sprinkle that over and pop that onto there. And then we'll heat that up. Just waiting for that powder to melt and change. You can see the polished silver powder change to a really bright silver when it's heated. Little guillotine, just give that a little waft just to dry that, kind of to cool that powder so I don't smudge it, and then we're just going to trim around. And just trim until I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, there we go, and then I'm going to map that onto a piece of silver mirror card. I'm just kind of going to measure that by eye. And then again. Okay, so I'm going to just edge this with a little bit of glitter. I'll grab some scrap paper and we're just going to use our chisel tip glue pen. And I'm just going to drag that towards me around all four sides. Dunk it in my Crystal Crush Sparkelicious. And then I'm just going to stick some foam pads onto the back of there. So, stick that onto there. And then I'm going to grab some more foam pads to apply to the back of this piece. And then we're going to stick that onto our card. I'm just going to stick that to the edge like so. Then I've tied a double bow just from some white organza ribbon. And I'm just going to apply a blob of glue to the corner and then stick that onto there. That might need a bit bigger of a blob. Seems to be going wherever it fancies this bow. Right, and then I'm going to add a sparkler to the centre. So I'm going to take one of the 12mm ones again. And stick that into the centre. Like so. Then to finish the card, all I'm going to do is add 3 blobs of glue to each corner. Like so. And then we'll stick on some of the smallest crystal clear gems. I'll just start adding those onto the card. Like so. Might need a bit more glue on there, I think. There we go. 3 onto here. And 3 onto here. Just watching that ball. Pop those ones back into the box. Okay, and then finally, just to finish it off, I've just taken some of the little sparklers and I'm just going to carefully add those to the sentiment. Again, I just kind of find it easier to pull them off with my finger and kind of stick them into the middle. Like so. Just adding those. Onto there. And that would then be your finished card. I really hope you've enjoyed that demo today, and thank you for watching. As always, all of the products are available to buy on www.chloescreativecards.co.uk, and there will be a list in the description below of everything that's been used.